Episode 24. Welcome back.
What was that?
I don't know.
You're just running with it. Alright, episode 24.
We are back with another fantastic episode of Casual Drink and Play Podcast. We have your usual, it's your boy Skinny Penis and Tim.
Of course, that's me. It's Nicole. And we have a special guest.
Returning champion.
2 for 2 on the spooky podcast episodes. Kirsten.
Woo! Hello, hello. I'm back, bitches.
Dun 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 dun.
I love how we're like, oh, spooky podcast episode, like, topic. Kirsten.
I
I will always be happy to participate.
You like having that title, like the spooky?
Yeah.
Kirsten, in parentheses, the spooky.
I feel like
The
just be like, the spook.
The spook. Oh no, that sounds racist.
We're gonna skip that. We're just get that out. We're gonna cut that out.
No,
Yeah,
we're gonna keep that in. It's like the brr, please stand by.
I mean,
Radio
like,
silence.
one of my my advisor at school was like, I'm gonna make a legend out of you, and it's just gonna be the Turin. And I was like, good God.
Kind of cool name though.
Yeah, right.
All right. I don't know. I think we have an interesting topic today. It's something that people don't necessarily hear about when you're waiting in line at a fucking Starbucks. You're at the club, things are getting hot and heavy, dollar bills are flying out everywhere. You're moving left to right, jamming. You're like, hey, do you know Wendigos might be a thing? and the other supernatural and the other myths and the other beings out there,
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
So the main reason why we're talking about the Wendigo, which I will be referring to Wendy's employees from here on out, because I'm terrified to say their names because we live in the Great Lakes area, is because I went down a rabbit hole on TikTok, and I have no regrets. Oh, man. They're creepy. I'm scared of them. 100%.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like just like growing up, just hearing about the old legends and tales like Wendigos have been like weird. Kirsten, what are your thoughts on Wendigos? Like when someone says it, like what do you think?
Well, because I am who I am and I love spooky, I grew up watching Charmed. Y'all familiar with the
Yeah.
show?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I grew up watching that show, and so that's like the first time I heard of a Wendigo. Other than that, I don't have too many thoughts on it. I know there's many different like versions of it, and in different like cultures or areas of the world. So
Yeah.
I'm just cool, spooky shit. Like, let's go.
It like to me, it sounds like just like a Sasquatch tale,
Yeah.
or
It does.
fuck, I don't know. I mean, when I think Wendigos, I think of because there's a Marvel Comics had an X-Men villain called the Wendigo, which is just like it just looks like a giant like Yeti.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
I mean, mine comes from Until Dawn.
Yeah, I feel like the game Until Dawn really brought back like that tale of like Wendigos, but those things are fucking weird. They're more like humanoids.
Well, that's what they are.
Yeah.
Is a humanoid creature. Hold on, I'll pull up the Wikipedia definition of it because I looked it up earlier. A Wendy employee is a mythological creature or evil spirit which originates from folklore of First Nations based in around the East Coast and Great Lakes region, where we are at, and Canada.
Canada.
It comes from the Algonquin tribe is the main one that had it, but the Ojibwe, which this boy is part of, also has tales of them. And they are often said to be maleficent spirit, sometimes depicted as a creature that's human-like characteristics which possesses human beings. They're also known to evoke feelings of instability, greed, hunger, and desire to cannibalize other humans, and also to commit murder.
That's heavy, Doc.
Yeah. Because generally, in a sense, like, they hunt human beings. That's
Yeah.
what they want. Like, they crave human flesh.
Yeah.
And they're mainly located in, like, Canada, in the Great Lakes area, which is why I'm terrified, because we are in the Great Lakes. Lake Michigan is, like...
Lake Michigan, represent.
like, right there. And, oh.
And it's like Sasquatch territory. Just
Mhm.
saying. Just saying.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Yeah, but I feel like they're scarier than Sasquatches because they, like, mimic people and, like, they'll, like, say your name and they'll, like, scream at you and, like, basically try to get you to, like, run and help them because they'll, like, scream for help and say your name and be like, if, in this instance, they'd be like, Kirsten, help! And, like, they try to, like, get you to help them, and once they get, like, close to you, then they'll, like, eat you in a sense, or, like, they'll take you to where they live and then chop you up.
Sounds like
I'm
a
sure it
cougar.
wasn't. I'm sure it wasn't the same TikTok because there's a billion and trillion of TikToks. But there was one TikTok that I watched that it was up in the Appalachian Mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, so this is why you don't leave your house after dark. And pretty much everything you just said was exactly what she was saying. And she's like, so this is what happens.
Is she also the one that's like, if you hear something, no, you didn't?
Yes.
Yep, I watched that one. I love her. She's actually what got me into the rabbit hole. And then Aiden Mattis, I think his name is, kept me in the rabbit hole.
Oh, like he looks like he's 20 with like crazy fucking hair.
Yeah, Aiden Mattis.
Shout out to Aiden Mattis.
The Adam Mattis on TikTok. But he has so many videos, like TikTok videos, YouTube videos about like different lore of like the Wendy's employees, what they're also called like skin crawlers or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a whole nother. Yeah, the skin crawlers. From what I've learned about it, it seems to be more Native American culture focused. But from what it sounds like, it's basically the same thing. They just call it a different thing.
Yeah.
And I've seen TikTok videos about those, and those freak me out because there was one, long story short, a woman was out on her property talking about her dogs and how her dogs are, like the ranch dogs where they're protecting the land and the animals and all that. And she showed a video of how her dog reacted to this noise that they heard, and it was basically about the skin crawlers. Now what I've heard about those freak me out like the Wendy's employees do for you.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of go hand in hand. They're both, like, stemming from that, like, cannibalistic culture.
Yes.
So, yeah. No, I'm just like, be gone. Just both of them. I don't want to deal with either of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Because there's, like, they happen to be in forest preserves along by the Great Lakes areas specifically. And, like, I think it's, like, the Appalachia Mountains. I think you mentioned it earlier. I don't remember how to pronounce it.
I think it's Appalachian.
Appalachian. I don't know. English is not my strong suit. Where was I going with this? I've lost my train of thought. Oh no. Oh, but like
I've been having.
I figured it out.
Go ahead.
Like people will go missing, and like apparently they don't like children. They like full-grown adults. But like children will be taken like hundreds of miles of where they disappeared, and like no explanation of why, or like people will like disappear like from a like hiking trip or something, and then they'll find them like miles away, but like chopped up and eaten and stuff, and it's like I don't know.
That's sexy.
There's Tim in with the clutch.
Oh yeah. I don't think Tim believes in them. Do you believe in them?
Kirsten, do you believe in
I believe that there's a possibility of almost anything.
Yeah.
I will take that. I believe in them.
I really do
straight up
think
and honest.
ghosts are a fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, definitely. Yeah. No, I think not that I've experienced the most supernatural things in the world, but there are some things that I've like seen and heard, and I'm just like, yeah, I can't say that that isn't a thing. So, yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't. It's like a lot because like I feel like they exist because there's so many like native stories of them and different tales and like names for them that like different cultures and everything like there has to be some sort of being that's like them that caused
Mhm.
all these different people to be like yes that is a story that we're passing down generations.
And it's also one of those, especially like with the distance.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are, folklores that are in, far, far, far Europe, and then in freaking, San Francisco, California, they have their own folklore, but it's the same, it's like the same concept.
Yeah.
Not saying there's no such thing as travel, et cetera, but there's like it feels like there's got to be some sort of connection there other than just storytelling.
Mm-hmm. Like you're not just gonna like make it up and have like
Yeah.
for the fact that it's so widespread from
Hmm.
like stemming from different cultures is what gets it because like you said they're in Europe like there was ones in Europe there's ones in Africa like California and Mexico.
I'm sure Australia has something.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little bit of everything everywhere. So it's just like, yeah, word of mouth travels, et cetera, et cetera. But when you've got your like six generations learning about, said story or whatever you want to call it, and then there's like it's yeah, no, I have a mild belief in everything, and then
Mm-hmm.
there's like certain experiences or whatever that I'm just like, yep, and there's the tipping point that's yep. It's a thing.
Yeah. So you brought up ghost, Tim.
Yeah.
Do you believe? So you believe in ghost?
I uh I guess it's like a yes and no kind of thing. Like I do believe that there are places and artifacts that are haunted
Mm-hmm.
in a sense. Like the Cecil Hotel. I
Yeah.
really do think that thing is like legit.
Yeah, I don't want to go there.
Yeah, fuck that.
It's like a portal to hell.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
He jokingly said that we should go there if we go to California, and I went hell to the no.
I'll go.
I'll go.
I'll go.
You know what? When we
That's
go to
actually
Las
funny.
Vegas, we'll take a pit stop. We'll go a little further. Go to California. We'll make sure you get one night stay there. And you can tell us your experience.
Down.
It's like we open the door to like Kirsten's hotel room. Are you okay? And she's up on the corner of the fucking ceiling, like twisting her head.
Hissing.
Like, I'll be right out. It's like, oh, okay, we'll meet you at the McDonald's.
Oh Lord.
Oh, that'd be funny. No. But the one thing that has always like kind of I guess ever since I was a kid is like demons.
Mm.
Cause that I guess that also relate to like shit being haunted.
Mm-hmm.
I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, it's okay.
No,
It's
I
one of
think.
those days today.
What's
I think
up?
everyone's having a day.
Yeah.
Like I've been having trouble talking all day. Like my stylist, I went and got my hair done today, and she was literally laughing at me because I was having issues literally just forming a sentence.
Oh.
And I was like, I think I'm having like little mini like strokes or something.
Like your brain's
My
just
mouth is-
lagging a little bit.
It really is today, and it's like it's really annoying.
Man, maybe it's the spirit of the Wendy's employees getting to us.
No, those will like scrape at your window and like try to get you to come
My fucking
outside.
cat does that.
I know.
I'm on the second floor.
Right.
That's crazy.
We hear something scratching at the window. It's actually like just Cal, like, hey, let me in. But the thing is, they can transfer into any animals, so they can turn into your cat and then kill us.
So comforting.
I like to see it try.
I mean, to be honest
Square
with
up.
you, to be honest with you, I think Cal is trying to kill us, but that's a whole different story for a different day.
Well, it's like those TikToks that it's just like your, your dog will never. It's like the 100%, or it's like 99% chance your pet wouldn't hurt you, but then there's always that 1%.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And there you go. There you have it.
I think I saw one where it's like there's a certain percentage of cows like it's like the chances are low of them killing you. It's low but never zero.
Yeah.
And then it gave the camera like a really like a death glare. Low but never zero. That's crazy.
Now, Nicole, do you believe in ghosts?
I do. And I do have a ghost story.
Same. I want to hear your story.
Okay. So I was in my house, the one that I used to live in, but before the apartment. And my uncle had recently passed away. And we had some of his stuff in our basement. We actually had a lot of his stuff in in our basement. And I remember I went to go like to the bathroom at night, and I just saw like the shadow of a man standing at the end of the hallway, and he looked exactly like my uncle. Like the frame of him, and like I literally backed up, went back to bed, and I went, "Nope, not dealing with this." So
Now, were you. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Now, were you. Because there's always like, the initial shock, and then there's like, did you feel comforted? Did you feel scared? Was it like, how did you
I
feel?
felt
Like, were you and your uncle close?
we weren't really close. I liked my uncle. It was his choice not to really be as connected to the family.
Okay.
But I had respect for my uncle. It was never like I didn't care for him or anything. We didn't have like a bad relationship. We just never talked and never formed a relationship. But my feelings when I saw him was like initially was scared, and then I was fine because it felt like something familiar. And then I was like, I'm not going to deal with this, and went back to bed instead.
There you go.
So it was like, it wasn't like oh my god, a ghost. It was like, wait, what? Oh, okay, I'm just gonna. And like,
That's nice.
there's always been times where like my mom has been like seen a shadowy figure in our like house.
Mm-hmm.
But it was since my uncle passed away, and we still have a lot of his stuff in our basement, so that I can see that being connected.
Oh, definitely.
So, what about you?
I have a few little things. I'll try not to go into too much detail because that's a bad habit of mine. One of the first, it's not to brag, but I've lost a lot of friends in my, in my life, and
I'm sorry to hear that.
well, thank you. I appreciate that. But I've lost a couple like really close friends in the last couple of years, and I always kind of believed in ghosts just because it's like I've always been just that odd kid that I was like, I love horror films, and oh, these ghosts must be real, and this must be real, and all that stuff. And when my to hide the pain, when my friends started kicking rocks, I started noticing more things and maybe became more sensitive to things. A friend of mine a couple years ago passed away in a car accident, and my house, the house that I live in now, it's a brand new house. We're the first family to live here, so there's no like real history other than literally the ground, which I don't think there's a whole lot of history on the property. But he had passed away, and it was a couple months later, and I'm not necessarily a religious person, but I do I like kind of talk to my friends that have passed or family members that have passed, like, hey, if you got, want to give me a sign that you're, still around, still chilling, you're good, go ahead. And I was thinking of my friend who passed away, and I was standing in my kitchen, and it was nighttime. I had like literally all the lights on. And I was standing at my kitchen sink and I see like the shadow that was as dark as night walk past my pantry door.
Mhm.
And it was like a legit shadow. I saw like profile, nose, chin, like throat, chest,
Mhm.
and like walked right across my pantry. I was the only one up in my house. Everyone else was sleeping. I wasn't moving, and I was like, "Okay, thank you." Like like I see you. You're real. I get you.
Mhm.
Um there's been times where I had three out of my four grandparents all lived in my house at one point. They've all four of them have passed now, but there's been times where my grandma wore a very certain perfume and no one in my house wears it. But there's times where like I'm just literally chilling watching TV or TikToks or whatever and I'll smell her perfume
Oh,
and I'm
that's
like,
that
"Okay."
that's like that's cool, but also creepy at the same time.
Yeah.
It is it kind of it yes. It's like it's at first like what the fuck and then it's like, "Oh, okay." Like and then it's like that wave of I call it the wave of calmness. It's like, "Okay, I got you. You're here."
So when that
Um
happens, because I'm assuming it's happened probably like maybe more than once.
yeah.
Do you find
Yeah.
it comforting?
I do.
Okay. Because I feel like that would be comforting. Because like I was very close to my grandfather, and he didn't have like a certain like cologne or anything. But if I like continuously, well not continuously, but every once in a while had that memory and like have that scent, I feel like that'd be very comforting.
Yeah. I definitely I've that or like yeah, I've always everything that I've ever experienced 8 out of 10 times has been like a good like calming like okay they're here or oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay you're no they're checking in or whatever. I've been very comforted in my
Mm-hmm.
home. But I also at the same time like I'm not to sound like that crazy person but I welcome energy and I believe in ghosts. I believe in ghosts, demons, the whole shebang.
Yeah.
I welcome only good energy into my home.
Good vibes
I
only.
good vibes only. Like I should have wore that shirt tonight. I was tempted to wear my shirt. Good vibes only because I'm like we're talking about ghosts and shit.
Yeah.
Um, but I welcome all good energy, whether it's energy that I'm familiar with, people that I know that have passed or not. And then I'm like, if you're bad, get the hell out. Like you're not welcome here.
Yeah.
And thankfully you know, most of my experiences have been very like calming and uh warmth and loving because it's just like okay I know like my friend or family members here so
Yeah.
it's been cool. I love it.
Hmm.
That's dope.
Not saying I've never been freaked out but
Yeah.
definitely more on the positive note.
Do you think that ghosts can communicate through dreams?
Well, that's like some Freddy Krueger shit.
Well, because
Absolutely.
the only reason why I'm asking is because my mom and my uncle have been having very similar dreams lately. And they don't really talk about them with each other until like a couple weeks have passed and then like nothing else has reoccurred. But my mother had a dream about her mother, so my grandmother, um, and just like in a sense, there's like this like specific soda that she would drink called like Fresca, and
Okay.
apparently around the same time my uncle also had a same dream about my grandmother and her Fresca, and it was like somehow they both had these dreams about my grandmother and then like they both had dreams about my grandfather like a couple weeks like after. And I'm like, I don't know if that's just like my family being weird and just having some weird connection, or my like grandparents are trying to communicate with my mom and uncle. Like all of it was happy memories, but it was just like suddenly they
I'm
were
all
there.
for like yes it was supernatural like yep she's talking to you they're trying to get a hold of you
I'm just trying to say hi.
like I'm all for like anytime like weird stuff like that happens I'm just like yep that's just them like I don't even think like oh maybe it's because I watched this movie and they were drinking a soda that looked like a drink. No, I'm just like yep it's them.
Okay.
I take it for what my first thought is. If I, you know, get a weird feeling that I'm like, oh, I missed my friend, and it's like, oh, they're just making me like, hey, we're checking in.
Yeah.
I just take it for what I want to take it as.
Mm.
Okay. Because it was like positive, like memories of her, like of the people. So it's just like nothing bad. The only thing that was scary, was that when my dad went into surgery once, he went into open heart surgery, so they had like, in a sense, he was dead for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, when I went under, the next thing I saw was all of our relatives that had passed away. And them saying, it's not your time, and then waking up. And
That's
like,
freaky.
Yeah.
That would freak me for sure.
It's like, wait, you're here a little bit too early.
Like, it's not your time, and then he wakes up, and it's like, that's terrifying. But also, like, thanks, it's not my time, but oh my gosh.
That's freaky for sure. I'm glad they gave him the,
Yeah, the heads up.
reverse card and Uno. It was like, it's not your time. Go back 4 spaces.
Right.
It sounds like it's like say if I say if I died for a second, I saw my grandpa, he's like, hey, it's nice to see you, but no, not yet. And then it's like gives like a push, and he kind of like.
I feel like it'd be like a
Like, wake
300
up.
kick, like.
Oh yeah, 300 kick down the hole, down
Mm-hmm.
the pit. And you're like, oh. But while we're on the topic of I guess of ghosts, I always make the joke at work because there used to be this customer. Her name was Sharon.
No, not Sharon. Oh, God.
And I mean, to me, she was like a 50-50. It's like there's days where she was nice, but also kind of like a bitch. Yeah, I mean, God rest her soul, but I mean, she was mean.
Yeah.
But like
She had her good moments.
Yeah, like
She had her very bad moments.
like if something fell like across like the store, or say if I was like fixing up an aisle, like a box of like crackers fell, I'm like, oh, there's Sharon. Like, hey Sharon. Or if I'm operating like one of the machines and like a pallet tips over, I'm like, oh Sharon. No, it's just a little
Now you
shit
gotta-
like that.
You got to share with the story about Sharon, though.
Okay, so Sharon, I mean, she was just a regular at the grocery store we worked at. She'd come in. It felt like every day.
Okay.
Maybe it was like 5 to 6 times a day. No, sorry, not a day, a week.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, not.
I was like,
There were times where she came in multiple times a day.
Yes.
But like she'll be like, hey, this item, can I get a little bit cheaper?
Yeah.
Or like we'll put out something that's like an ad day. It's like, all right, first day of the ad. She's like, oh, can I get it like 20% off? I don't know. She always haggled about that. Or like, well, other stores have X, Y, and Z and blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
And it's like, Jesus Christ. But then, and like the time before she died, cause we used to have this guy that worked with us. His name was Imrinder, but we called him Ivan for some reason. I never found out why. We just kind of did.
Alright.
He straight up asked her. He's like, "Why are you always buying all this stuff?" And I guess her reasoning was that throughout all her life, people have helped her out, so she's trying to like pay it back in a sense.
Okay. Pay it.
Like, hey, you helped me with this. Let me buy you this, or let me buy you that. Like, let me buy you this full size queen size comfort set, or like this dinner set, or this XYZ.
I never knew that.
You never knew that?
No. That makes me so sad now.
Yeah, like I said, like her I see like her past like few weeks, like she was nice. Like she came in, she's like, hey, I'm like, hi. She's like, how you doing? I'm like, good. How are you? She's like, oh, I'm doing pretty good. And just walked down and just did her thing.
Aw.
She always fought this guy named Brett. Like they always fought about like prices or whatnot.
Yeah.
Future reference to anybody that's listening. People at the grocery store, like the associates or the cashiers, we cannot change prices of items unless our boss says so. So don't ask us to give you a discount. We can't.
Yeah.
As much as we want to, we can't. We get in trouble.
And then Sharon, I knew Sharon went in for was it just heart surgery?
Yeah, there was like open heart surgery.
Open heart surgery, and yeah, she never woke up after that.
Yeah.
Aw.
It was sad.
I remember
And now
that.
I'm even more sad because I didn't know that's why she was buying all of our stuff.
Yeah.
Aw.
And like she was trying to be mean because she was trying to get like a good deal, I
Mhm.
guess. But because I remember, uh, someone, I guess like one of her friends, like came in, like, oh, the woman Sharon, she passed away the other day, and then like walked right out. Like, wow, that's a bombshell announcement.
Damn.
Like, thank you for that.
It's like, huh, okay. I met, like, funny enough, when, because I think we used to have this guy named Kyle. Like, Kyle told me, he's like, yeah, so Sharon died. And I was like, wait, what?
Dang.
I think Chris, like, cried.
Oh.
Oh,
I mean, that's serious.
Oh, poor
Like,
Chris.
I mean, someone told me that. Fuck, it could have been Kyle, but I don't know. I think I see Chris tomorrow, so I'll ask him. Like, hey, you should cry when you heard Sharon died.
well, it's one of those. She literally was in like multiple times a week, and then like sometimes multiple times a day,
Yeah.
and like we all knew her. Like as soon as she walked in, we're like, "Oh, Sharon's here!"
Yeah.
Like, and we'd like radio in the cashier, like, "Hey, just so you know, like, heads up, she's gonna try to haggle you out of money."
Yeah.
But I mean, and there was one, like, I never had any, I think maybe I had one bad experience with her where she was just kind of being a little, like, bitchy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then, like, after that, I don't know if, like, we were just cool after that. And I know some people had issues with her. And then, but no, when we found out, and it was one of those, like, I'm trying to remember, did we even have, like, did we start a text thread that she had passed in, like, our work group?
It's been
Thing.
so long, I can't remember.
Yeah, but like it's like everybody like it was
I was like,
Sharon.
what?
She was our legit regular. Like she might as well have worked at our store.
Yeah. Like I felt like her house looked like our back room.
Probably.
It has so much Aldi shit. She's
Yep.
constantly buying and like returning and like I don't know.
And then even before Sharon passed, it's like when I started working there, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, there's a ghost here." And I'm like, "Oh, what?" And then anytime something goes wrong, I'm like, "Fucking Aldi ghost." Like, god damn it.
Yeah.
I do have a story
Every time.
about a ghost in my workplace. So I used to work in a Janet Castle, which I think we might have talked about prior, or you might have known. And we had our laser tag arena, and somebody had passed away in our laser tag arena. They ended up having a heart attack. They did not make it. His name was Charlie. So every morning, like, my manager would be like, "Good morning, Charlie," and like wake up laser tag and everything. And he called, in a sense, he was calling the laser tag system Charlie. And then when I started having to open up laser tag, he's like, "You have to say good morning to Charlie. If you don't say good morning to Charlie, our laser tag system will not work." And so I was like, okay, I'm not gonna mess up laser tag. And so every morning when I would open, I would be like, "Good morning, Charlie," and I would like have a conversation with nothing. But every time I opened up laser tag, no issues would happen. If my other like the general manager opened up who didn't believe in like Charlie, laser tag would be down for like 3 hours that day because it wouldn't start up. And so, like, we would, like, anybody who was trained to open up laser tag, they're like, "You have to say good morning to Charlie. You have to. If you don't,
Morning,
it
Charlie.
will not work." And I think it was the guy just basically, like, wanting to be acknowledged. Otherwise, he would just mess up the system. Because there was no rhyme or reason to why laser tag shouldn't open. But if you didn't say good morning to him, he didn't open it.
Oh Lord.
Because, like, newbies thought I was crazy. If, like, they would hear me talking down at laser tag to myself, they're like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm just talking to Charlie."
Oh, God.
There we go.
That's
Yeah.
fun. I've always wanted to fuck with a Ouija board.
No.
Nope.
No.
No?
No.
Oh, I thought Kirsten would have been on with that. Okay.
She knows.
Cal.
No.
No, we're not.
I'll bring my cat with.
We're going to possess your cat. No.
It's one of those, the only way I would F with a Ouija board is if I was with someone who was like and this is gonna sound stupid as hell because I know it's a board game, but it's like if I was with a legit, like, well-known psychic, medium, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and they knew how to open, well, actually, first, protect myself, make sure I'm not bringing shit home
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's bad, know how to open the door to the other world, know how to close it, and know how to make sure I don't, again, bring anything home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I can't. Oh,
No.
my ex's best friend brought over a Ouija board, and she walked in the house, and I literally, as soon as I saw her bring that board, and she's like, "Look what I got." I'm like, "Why would you do that?" I
Get the
literally
fuck
like
out.
walked. I literally walked out the door in my nightgown. Like, I was just like, "I'm not doing this." Like,
Yeah.
I am not a part of this because it was a bunch of amateurs.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not getting sucked. That stuff's scary to me. Like,
Yeah.
no.
Like
Mm-mm.
I think the Ouija board itself is like supernatural in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
But
It's a
like it's
freaking-
so funny.
That is
when-
a phone. That is the phone to the supernatural.
It
Yeah.
really is. It's so funny because you look at it, it's like made by Hasbro. I'm like, there's also like a Stranger
Lies.
Things themed Ouija board, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't know. I don't fuck with the Ouija board. That is just no. I remember one time we had a casting party for one of the shows that we did, and somebody was like, "Oh, I brought the Ouija board," and the owner of the house, or like the person that was our age, literally saw the Ouija board and shouted, "Get the fuck out of here!" and would not let them into their house.
Yeah.
They're like, "Do not bring that in here. Get the fuck out. You're not welcomed here at my house
See you
anymore.
later.
I don't care if you were the lead role in the show. You are not welcome."
I would love to try it, but
See,
I got hard boundaries for it.
Yeah.
I would not just be like, "Hey Tim, bring your board over. Let's have some drinks and,
Talk to
play with the
dead.
game." Like, no.
well,
No.
what we could do, we'll bring it to the Aldi back room and we'll talk to Sharon.
And then we're gonna get haunted by demons and who knows what else
We're
for
getting
the rest
haunted
of our lives while we
by,
work
by
there.
dead Karens. This is ghost
Oh,
coming in
God.
with like the blonde like Karen haircut. No, but, like I'm the kind of fucker that would like go to like the fucking woods. I'm like, let's go somewhere where people don't go. Let's go to the fucking woods with the Ouija board and see what we could conjure up. See what we could talk to.
Hell no.
It's like, yo, Michael Jackson, I'm trying to contact you.
Mm-mm.
And then Dizzy, you're, oh.
Mm.
Oh, that'd be fucking. Kirsten, do you have any supernatural beings that that you think you love or find really interesting, other than ghosts
And Wendy's employees.
and Ouija
Wendy's
boards?
employees. I'm probably gonna butcher the name, but Lala Lorna.
Oh yeah,
Isn't she the one that like will hunt someone that has kids or something?
yeah. It's like a Hispanic thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
La Llorona.
okay, so I know there was a horror movie that came out about her, but I knew
The
about her
Conjuring,
before
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I just know the
Like,
horror
I knew-
movie.
Yeah, I knew about her before that because I'm a spooky ass chick who watches shit like that.
That's why
but
you're on the spooky podcast episode.
hell yeah, I'll take the title.
Halloween in
Um,
July.
Just wait till
Halloween all year
happens,
round,
right?
bro. I will be on every spooky podcast for October if you want.
Let's do it.
4 episodes in October.
Totally down. Totally down. But La Llorona. I can't roll my R's, so bear
Isn't
with
it
me.
La Llorona?
I think
It's
like
something
loud.
like that.
I don't know. We have a bunch of Hispanic women at work. We could talk to them about it.
Just get a recording of them saying it, and then we'll put it in.
Perfect.
If they'll say
But-
it.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but
Anyways,
long
continue.
story short, her story, for those that are listening that don't know, she's a woman who, as far as I know, I think she was pregnant and getting married. And the husband, I think, or the fiance, ended up not showing up and leaving her. Wait, no, she wasn't pregnant. Okay, sorry, hold on. Rewind. She
Okay.
had children. She was getting married. The fiance never showed up, and she decided to drown her children because apparently that's what you do when you get rejected.
Damn. Okay.
And
Oh, yeah.
now her curse is when you hear her screaming, because she will scream, and it's either like it sounds like a woman being attacked and like needs help, or she's screaming your name, and this is where I kind of go with the Wendy's employee thing, or like, is this another branch off of that
Yeah.
legend? Because she'll do that, and if you hear your name, that means you're gonna die, or she's gonna come after you and kill you. So it's like a thing. I've not done a ton of research because I can't translate a lot of the stuff that I've been reading because I want to try to find the most authentic stuff as
Yeah.
possible instead of the, white people version of it. But she's one that I really love. The succubus is always another one that I'm just like, it's so cool, like
Oh yeah.
women power, but it's super bad at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You know. What about you, Tim?
Wait, what?
Nicole, go ahead first.
What do you feel about banshees? How do you feel about them?
Again, Charmed coming in with the clutch.
Yep.
There was another episode with the banshees, and
Those things just pure like scream, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, if you hear their scream, you're gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's something with like a love story, like if you're in love and you hear the scream. I of course, because Tim didn't give me any subjects to research, I have no research. I'm just going off pure memory for this episode.
Same.
I mean, I was basically just gonna do Wendy's employees the entire time, but we branched off into ghosts, and that's pretty dope.
If you think about it, the topic of this podcast today is supernatural, so we're not exactly like skewing.
No, not at all.
We're just widening the.
Yeah, I say because I was like, if we talk just about the Wendigos, I'm like, oh, that's gonna be like a 10-minute episode. I'm like, let's start with the supernatural. Let's go like.
I wish you had told me that, because then I would have looked more into Supernatural.
Like the TV show.
Yeah. Have you ever watched?
I have the whole freaking series, and I've never watched a single episode.
Do you really?
Well.
Yes, my mom bought me the Supernatural series like 2 years ago for Christmas or my birthday, and she's like, "You need to watch it." And I know it's a huge thing for everybody. It's just I have so many shows that I watch already that I'm trying to catch up on that I'm like, if I try to watch another, isn't that show been on for like
It was like
8 years?
No, it was like 10.
Like 10 years? Like I don't
a
have
long
that
time.
kind of time right now to watch all those episodes.
And it's on CW, so it's like 40 minutes an episode. But Jeffrey Dean Morgan's in it for a little bit.
It
He's
is 15 seasons.
15 seasons?
Jesus
15
Christ.
seasons.
Oh my god.
Started in 2005, ended in 2020. Also, apparently, from what I learned on TikTok today, is they're actually doing a prequel series to Supernatural.
Oh, I heard
and
about that.
didn't tell one of the main actors that they were doing a prequel series. One of the Winchester boys, they didn't tell him. I think it was Jared, I don't remember.
Jared Padalecki.
Yeah. They didn't tell him about it, and he was pissed.
Yeah.
How are you not gonna tell? Like how is that not communicated?
I don't know, but he found out through their announcement, not like prior, and he was pissed off about it.
I would have been pissed too.
God, that's bad. I don't know. I mean, I was told that the TV show was like really good, but then I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll check it out. And Netflix at the time was like it was like 8 or 9 seasons. I'm like, oh fuck, I don't have that kind of time.
Yeah.
I'm too busy watching Arrow and Flash.
And now we're gonna watch Inuyasha.
Yeah. Oh god,
I'm making him watch all of Inuyasha with me.
it's an anime.
Mm-hmm. Got
Gotcha,
demons.
gotcha.
Yeah.
And the jewel.
And the
Sorry, that was sidetracked.
You're good.
Demons were involved though.
So when we were talking about the Wendigos,
Mm-hmm.
I looked up to see what Urban Dictionary gave me,
Oh, for their definition.
and this is the 5th definition for a Wendigo. Democratic Senator and ex-First Lady Hillary Clinton.
What?
And the example is, Hillary Clinton is a goddamn Wendigo.
Oh God.
Oh lordy.
Oh god.
Yeah. Anyway, so before we get into politics, Tim, what about your supernatural folklore legends? Is there any that have grabbed your interest?
Oh yeah. Uh, I mean earlier I was demons.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I guess another big thing is like vampires and werewolves,
Ooh.
as like the most basic bitch of an answer.
That's all right.
I mean, vampires are dope.
They are. I think because when growing up, and I know I tried to get you to watch the movie,
Mm-hmm.
but Lost Boys, the 1980
Yes.
I
vampire
actually think
movie.
I've seen that. I'll be right back.
You'll be right back.
Yeah.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh, dude, I fucking love that movie.
Keep talking. I'll be back.
All right, she'll be right back. No, but yeah, I was like, wow, vampires are so fucking cool, man. I'm like, I want to be one of these things.
It was before they were sparkly.
Yeah, before fucking Twilight came out and kind of changed them a little bit. And it wasn't until I was like a teenager that, like, because growing up I watched Blade, but I guess as a
Heck
kid
yeah.
I didn't realize he was a vampire.
I won't hold any judgment.
Oh, thank you. But once I was like, I think I was like a teenager, like in like high school, I rewatched Blade. I'm like, oh shit, this motherfucker's a vampire. Wesley Snipes is a vampire.
I had older siblings, so I was kind of like cued in on movies that are like, oh, he's a vampire fighter,
Yeah.
and he's a vampire.
Yeah.
And then there was like From Dusk Till Dawn. Like
Mhm.
I watched that
Yeah.
way before I should have watched that.
Yeah.
The titty twister bar. Yeah, I probably watched that at like age 10, and I probably shouldn't have, but
I love the bit because I like that movie because Quentin Tarantino is in it, not like director, like he's in it, and he has like the dick gun or something. Where, like his belt is like a pistol.
What?
yes.
Oh, Nicole's back. We're talking about From Dusk Till Dawn with George Clooney and Quentin
okay.
Tarantino. Oh,
Nice.
fuck. There's something else I was gonna say and I forgot.
There's so many other like supernatural like creatures too, like fairies, and then you've got dragons, and then you have
Unicorns.
mermaids,
I was literally about to bring up fairies.
unicorns,
Because
leprechauns are considered
Yeah.
supernatural creatures
Oh,
too,
yeah.
which I'm just always like, I'm Irish, so it's like leprechauns are just like are like third cousins. Like, are they really supernatural, or are they just like third cousins that we've never met? You know?
yeah,
What?
you know, it is what it is.
Mm.
But like
Yeah.
what got me into supernatural creatures, like to begin with, is I read a book series called True Blood, which is also an HBO show, which has nothing connected to the actual book series because the book series is lit. But they had vampires, shapeshifters, werewolves, fairies, and like just all these different types of like supernatural creatures. And then I was like, this is the world I want to get into. And it was just smooth sailing from there.
And now you're in the TikTok rabbit hole.
Yeah, of the Wendy's employees, because apparently I like to scare myself before I go to bed. Literally last night I was like looking up stuff about them, and I was talking to my mom about it, and she was like, well, I'm gonna go have nightmares, good luck with that. And I'm like, yeah, no, I have to wait for Tim to get home, I'm not gonna sleep.
Yeah, like I left the store last night and I called Nicole and she's like, you need to get home as soon as you can. And I'm like, I'll do the speed limit on 90, so see you in about 40 minutes. But before we get too away from vampires, Kirsten, do you ever watch the TV show What We Do in the Shadows? Or I've seen the movie What We Do in the Shadows?
Handy dandy Google.
I think I've seen the...
It is
No.
a good. It's a. I've only seen there's 2 seasons. I've only seen the first season, and it's funny. It's a comedy, but the movie is so fucking funny. I mean, one of these days we'll we'll get the apartment. Like I will put on that fucking movie. We will all sit down watching that popcorn, because it deals with vampires and New Zealand. And it's a universe where like vampires and werewolves and zombies are a fucking thing. And in the TV show, it's like a spinoff of that universe, but there's an
Mm-hmm.
episode where so essentially what happens: a human killed like an old like vampire, like a this is like an elder vampire.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially, the vampires were pointing for the blame because no one thought a human could fucking do it. So they were put on trial, and this vampire trial was the main vampires from the movie, and it had Danny Trejo, like he wasn't in the movie, but he was in the TV show as like a Hispanic vampire. Had a
Mm-hmm.
couple other like famous actors and actresses, and it had Wesley Snipes in it, but he wasn't there. He was on like a Skype call, but they called him the
Mm-hmm.
Daywalker, which is a huge fucking reference to Blade. So I thought that was really good writing for that. Oh god,
Nice.
Oh
Is this
man,
the one where it's like the three vampires living
yeah,
on,
yeah,
like,
they're
an
living in a
apartment?
house together.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen the. I think I've
It's
seen the movie.
yeah, because the movie and the TV show it's shot as a mockumentary, like a documentary, but obviously it's fake.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, no, it is a good it's just a good movie in general.
Yeah.
Oh god, I want to watch that movie.
We'll,
Yeah, no.
we'll host a movie night. Kirsten will come over.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's all I got. My thoughts on vampires. I mean, people think I'm a vampire because I have the teeth.
Yeah,
Because some of my teeth are pointy on my upper and lower jaw.
yeah. You got little pointers.
Yeah.
Very convenient,
Mm-hmm.
Dracula.
I want to suck you dry, and then I'll suck your blood.
Want to suck your blood.
Count chocolate.
What about you, Nicole? What is other than the Wendy's employees? Which is gonna kill me because I'm probably gonna end up calling them that from now on.
I'm probably gonna fucking Wendy's after this.
I want Wendy's now because we've said it so much.
I really want a French fry.
Right. I want the Frosties so I can dip the French fry in it. Cause I'm.
You do that too?
Yeah.
Dude, my mom and I thought we were weirdos because no one else did it.
No, my mom and I also do it.
Oh my god. We're gonna have to have a mom and daughter date.
Right?
I don't find that appealing. Like, I tried it. I'm like, this shit's nasty.
It's like salty.
Dude, it's salty and sweet.
No, I get
Exactly.
it. It's like I like caramel ice cream, so I get the salty and sweet. But something about like a salty potato. Shut up. Something about a salty potato and ice cream just doesn't work together.
Oh, it works for me. Do you go with chocolate or do you go with vanilla?
I've always done chocolate.
Okay, I also do chocolate.
To me, it's just a...
It's just like it feels right.
Exactly. Like, not that I would be against trying it with vanilla, but it's just like, if you're gonna get a Frosty, you gotta get a chocolate Frosty.
Mhm.
You know?
The reason why we would go to Wendy's is if like I had a quote unquote sore throat when I was a kid, and so then my mom would be like, "Oh, we'll get you a Frosty because ice cream's the best medicine for a sore throat," and then we would get fries and I would just dip them into the Frosty.
Oh my god, I'm so excited to tell my mom that. We're not the only ones that do that now.
Oh, not at
No,
all.
it's a huge thing. A lot of people do it.
Mm-hmm. It's the only way you can eat a Wendy's frosting. Frosty, not frosting. I want frosting.
I knew what you meant.
Sugar.
I know what
I
you
just
meant.
want sugar.
You're good. But yeah, Nicole, is there any other thing other than the Wendy's employees you believe that's a real thing?
Oh, that I believe is real? Because, like,
Yeah.
I
Or
feel
maybe
like-
that you have like a major interest in.
Oh, I have a major interest in vampires. Like, once I read True Blood, I, like, dug deep into vampires.
Yeah.
Like, I had an obsession for, I want to say, about, like, 4 years about vampires. I should not know as much as I do, probably. And, like, there's so many different types of vampires that are portrayed in literature.
Yes.
Like, you could have, like, the True Blood vampires, or you could have, like, Twilight vampires, which I don't count as real vampires, but they're technically, like, they're a vampire because it's a major book series. But then you have, like, the classic Dracula, and you have, like, it's the Underworld series, vampires, which is weird.
The werewolves
Ugh.
and Lycans.
Yeah.
I love them so much.
But like, there's so many. Like, you can portray a vampire in so many different ways,
Mm-hmm.
like through literature or like history and everything, and it's just so cool. And like, I did a whole thing, like a whole project on Romania, because I was like so intrigued in vampires.
Well, isn't vampire based on like? Okay, so from what I understood, um, like it was in Transylvania is a real place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like wasn't so I think there's like a big castle. It might still be there. I don't fucking know. But like there was maybe like one guy that lived in in this huge castle all by himself. And people of like the local village are writing stories like, yeah, this guy's done some weird fucking shit, man. So then that kind of spawned of like, Count Dracula and like, his vampire castle and
I will say,
about the Bing.
I like Dracula's story because he has the three mistresses, and I just love them. Like, they're just I don't know. I'm weird.
Do you think that's why Lady D has three daughters in Resident Evil Village? Okay.
Because she's based off the classic Dracula story,
Yeah.
but she's a woman and not Dracula.
And she's tall. 9'6".
She's a gorgeous woman. Have you seen anything about the Resident Evil?
The newest video game of Resident Evil, Kirsten.
Is that where everyone was like going off and might have been about the same girl that you're just talking about, the character?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone's like, "Oh my god, she's so hot." And
Yeah, her name is Lady Demetrask, but Demetrask is it's hard to pronounce at first because you don't know how to say it. Like after playing the game, you're like, okay, so it's Demi Trask. Yeah, she's a tall vampire lady.
She's like a 9 foot tall, busty vampire lady.
yeah, all I knew about that was like, I mean, she does look pretty from the little screenshots that I've seen or whatever.
Yeah.
But I have no idea backstory, character. I just know like when her picture was posted, everyone was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, it's like
all right.
because I remember when we were streaming it, I think I threw my hands up and I was like, I want milk.
God. Oh man.
I mean Resident Evil. They also literally had a village of werewolves. That was kind of fun to fight.
Yeah. Except not at the beginning when you were trying to fight them and ran out of ammo. And
Oh
it
yeah,
was
then turns
scripted
out
you
that
were
it was
supposed to
scripted. It
fail.
was supposed to fucking like take a hit. Whatever. I don't want to talk about that.
It's fine.
Oh, it's fucking crazy. All right. Is that all for our little supernatural
Yeah, I think that'll be
episode?
all for now. Hey, if you made it this far, thanks for listening.
Hey guys.
Yeah, Kirsten, thank you for coming on. Love having you.
Of course, thank you for inviting me. Like
Definitely.
I said, I'm always down. I mean, I'll never be on like a gaming podcast because I don't know shit about games, but spooky, dark, murder, whatever.
Get ready for
I'll be happy to be your guest.
Oh yeah.
October, I will be there. Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Thank you guys for having me again. This was so
Thank you
much
for coming
fun.
on.
Oh yeah.
Please make sure to follow us on all our social medias.
Yeah.
We will link them all around our big one like Instagram. Follow us on the Instagrams.
Yeah, we post on Instagram most of the time.
Yeah, we
On the
tried.
Instagrams.
On the Instagrammies. And
The grams of the Insta.
everyone.
You know what we did forget?
What's up?
Tim and Nicole, y'all forgot to ask what we were all drinking.
Gosh darn it.
Oh fuck! Oh, it's been a minute. Oh, we haven't done that in a while.
Because it's just been us.
Oh.
What happened?
We took a month off.
Wow.
We took a month off for the move, and then we just totally did not do anything.
Well, in case the listeners were wondering, I'm drinking root beer and rum.
Ooh.
Are you doing that pineapple cup?
I didn't. I was going to only have like 2 drinks today because I have to wake up early. And then I also have to wash my pineapple cup. Okay, so at our store we were selling this past week these really goofy like pineapple or I forgot the other I got a giant pineapple cup and I was like, yes, I'm going to put my drinks in those. And I haven't washed it yet to use it, so I am currently drinking out of just a regular plastic
Gotcha. I've
drink cup.
actually this whole time I've been drinking a straight out of the bottle, Jim Beam apple.
Ugh, gross.
See, I can't do regular.
Straight?
Yeah,
Yeah,
straight.
I can't do regular whiskey. Like regular Jack Daniels, regular Jim is fucking disgusting. But like I'll do like
Mm-hmm.
a honey. I'll do a flavor. I mean, I'll do it right now.
Oh god. I've just been drinking nothing. My water bottle's next to me.
Nicole's the responsible one here.
Yeah.
The way me and Nicole talk about it is that so Nicole's the casual part and I'm the drink part. We're a casual drink and play podcast.
That's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It works out great.
Hell, so yeah.
Oh,
All right. Well, goodbye everybody.
Close this
Thank you
up.
for listening.
Thanks again, Kirsten, for coming on.
Of course, thank you for having me. I had a blast again.
Yeah. Also, thank you for listening if you made it this far. And remember, don't be racist. See you next time.